What if I told you that money, the thing we work for, fight over, and depend on for survival, is not the foundation of civilization but its greatest illusion, and that throughout history, when money has collapsed, whether through hyperinflation, war, or systemic corruption, something else always rises to take its place, sometimes honor, sometimes violence, sometimes something far more dangerous. Today, we're not asking if money can fail. For most of human civilization, money didn't exist. A Viking chieftain could be richer than a king and never touch a coin. Samurai measured worth in honor, not gold. Then, everything changed. Rome's destroyed by inflation. China's first paper currency, wiped out by mistrust. Germany's worth less than firewood. Venezuela's Bolivar, today, worth less than a single sheet of toilet paper. So let's walk through history not just to see how money dies, but what replaces it. In ancient Mesopotamia, the first money wasn't coins. It was clay tablets, receipts, contracts between temples and merchants. The system worked because people believed in the temple. In Rome, money was silver real, metal real value. But Rome needed armies. Armies needed salaries. Emperors started shaving the silver content down, replacing it with cheap metal. People noticed. Faith cracked. Prices exploded. The first recorded hyperinflation wasn't in the 1900s, it was in the year 200 AD. Cause and effect. Money becomes less real. People panic, society changes. Part 2. The rise, paper, power, and the promise of value. Fast forward to Imperial China, 1,000 years ago. The Song dynasty invents paper currency. Brilliant, lightweight, scalable. But then war comes. The government prints more bills, more than the economy can support. The value collapses. China bans paper money for centuries. Cause and effect. The tool that brought prosperity becomes the weapon that destroys it. Part 3. The breaking point. Weimar Germany and the night money died. Germany. A loaf of bread costs 160 billion marks. People carried cash in wheelbarrows, but still couldn't buy food. The price of dinner could double between sitting down and ordering dessert. Women burned paper money to cook meals because it was cheaper than buying firewood. And what survived when money failed? Barter. Land. Reputation. Violence. The mafia boomed. Nazis held rallies, offering not wages but food and security. When money failed, power shifted. P-A-R-T. 4. Fallout. When paper means nothing. Zimbabwe, 2008. A $100 trillion bill is worth $0.4. People turn to goats. Gasoline, bread, flowery things. Not numbers. A woman traded her wedding ring for a sack of meal. A man exchanged his car for 2 months of food. Venezuela. 2016 present. People weigh cash instead of counting it. Cartels controlled the food supply. Ordinary families tore down zoo fences and hunted animals because money could no longer buy meat. Part 5. Failed fixes. Why governments never learn. Every collapse follows the same pattern. Debt grows faster than economies. Leaders promise benefits they cannot afford. Printing increases just a little to cover costs. People notice prices rising. Trust breaks. Money fails. Power moves to those who hold real value: food, energy, weapons, information, loyalty. Every single time. Part 6. Modern parallel. The uncomfortable truth. This isn't ancient history. Today, 96% of all money is digital, not printed, not backed, just numbers and servers. Global debt is now over $315 trillion, more than 3x the total GDP of the planet. 40% of all US dollars in existence were printed in the last few years. Credit card interest is at a 30-year high, and central banks are quietly developing programmable digital currencies money that can expire, be frozen, or be restricted based on behavior. Ask yourself, is this resilience or the beginning of the familiar pattern? Cause and effect, patterns that repeat through history. When money is sound, stability. When money becomes belief, manipulation. When printing begins inflation. When trust breaks, collapse. When collapse hits, gives new power structures emerge. Every collapse system created a new hierarchy, not based on cash, but on what still had value. So it survives when money fails, across every civilization. 3 things consistently outlive currency. 1. Tangible assets. When Argentina's peso crashed, ordinary people stored value in soybeans and silver jewelry. 2. Social capital. Reputation. Alliances. Networks. After every currency collapse, people survive through community, not currency. In Venezuela, you could survive without money if you knew someone with food. 3. Skills. Practical abilities, mechanics, farming, protection, negotiation become new forms of wealth. When paper burns, skill becomes currency. 3 key takeaways. Takeaway number 1. Takeaway number 2. Every collapsed currency followed the same script. Rising debt, silent printing, broken trust, sudden collapse. Takeaway number 3. Final warning. If the numbers in your bank account someday stop meaning anything, you'll hit subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. Here, we don't chase headlines, but what survives will belong to those who saw the signs. Like, subscribe, share this before the window closes.